Welcome to The Explainer. So let's dive into a pretty radical idea from A Course in Miracles. What if every single bit of fear, conflict, and stress in our lives actually boils down to one simple mistake? Today, we're going to unpack the curriculum the Course offers to correct that mistake, and we'll chart the journey from the ego's prison right back to a state of love. So, where does all this anxiety and conflict actually come from? Well, the Course points its finger at one single problem, this deep, gut level belief that we're separate. And look, this isn't just about feeling lonely sometimes. It's a fundamental error in how we see everything. It's the idea that we're all just isolated islands, totally cut off from our source and from each other. And according to the Course, this one illusion is the root of all our suffering. All right, so here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start by exploring the ego's lonely kingdom, just to really understand the problem. Then we'll meet the Holy Spirit, our internal guide for getting out. After that, we'll look at the practical lessons of love, what healing really means, and finally, we'll get into the Course's powerful plan for forgiveness. Okay, first things first, let's get to know the ego. The Course is really clear that it's not just, being arrogant or having some insecurities. Nope. It's a complete, logical, and totally self-contained thought system. And the whole thing is built on one single foundational mistake. The Course has a fascinating name for this, the authority problem. It's this quiet, kind of insane idea deep down that we made ourselves, that we somehow usurped the role of God. And because we secretly believe we've stolen this power, we live in this constant low-grade fear of getting caught. So what do? We project that battle outward. We see rivals and competitors everywhere, and we're always fighting to prove our self-made worth. And this slide just lays out the two opposing worldviews perfectly. See, the ego lives in a world of scarcity. Its motto is give to get, right? Because it believes that everything, love, approval, success, is a limited resource. To get rid of its own guilt, it projects it. It sees it in other people. The spirit, on the other hand, operates from total abundance. Its principle is extension. You give love freely just to have the experience of it. Unity is just natural, so there's no need to compare yourself to anyone. But here's the good news. If the ego creates a prison, the Course says there is a key. There's an internal guide who offers a way out. We don't have to figure this out all by ourselves. This guide is called the Holy Spirit. And it's not some separate external being out there somewhere. The Course describes it as the part of your own mind that never ever forgot its connection to joy and wholeness. It's like the memory of love that was placed within us, serving as this constant, gentle answer to the painful idea of separation. So here's the crucial point. The Holy Spirit acts as a mediator, basically a translator. It doesn't fight the ego's world, it just reinterprets it. It takes all the ego's so-called evidence of guilt and fear and death, and it just gently shows you, hey, this is all a misunderstanding. It's a misperception that we can correct right now. So, if we have this internal guide, how do we actually learn to listen to it? Well, this is where the Course stops being just theory and becomes a really practical curriculum. It gives us a direct set of lessons for retraining our perception right here in our day-to-day lives. The central lesson is so simple but so profound. What you teach, you learn. Think about it. Every time you offer judgment to someone, you're really just teaching yourself that you deserve to be judged. Every time you attack, you're reinforcing your own sense of vulnerability. So the curriculum has only one core instruction: teach only love. Because by extending love, you prove to yourself that love is what you are. It's that simple. And these are the three core principles that completely reverse the ego's logic. First, give all to all. That just dismantles the ego's law of scarcity. Second, teach peace to learn it. This turns every single interaction into a classroom for your own mind. And third, be vigilant, not for threats out there, but be vigilant for the constant, unwavering truth of your connection to love. Now, this whole curriculum finds its most powerful application in our relationships. I mean, this is the laboratory, right? This is where we get to practice these lessons through the act of healing. So what does healing even mean in this context? The Course completely redefines it. It's not about fixing a body. It's about correcting a perception in the mind. Healing is that moment you choose to look right past the ego's story of separation or guilt in another person and see only the whole innocent reality that was there all along. Every interaction, then, becomes what the Course calls a holy encounter. What does that mean? It means every single meeting, no matter how brief or seemingly meaningless, is an opportunity for salvation. It's a chance to see past the ego in another person and recognize the shared divine identity that joins you both. This changes the entire purpose of the body. The ego uses it as a weapon, right? A fence to prove that we're separate. But the Holy Spirit just repurposes it. It becomes a means of communication, a tool to join with others, to extend love, and to bring the message of healing into the world. Okay, so finally, all these lessons, teaching love, healing our perception, seeing every meeting as a holy encounter, it all culminates in the Course's central practice, its really unique form of forgiveness. Now, the key to this kind of forgiveness is learning to tell the difference between two ideas, grandiosity and grandeur. The ego's grandiosity is that fragile, puffed-up belief that we're self-made and special because we're separate. But our true grandeur, well, that's our innate, unlimited worth as part of something much, much bigger. Forgiveness, then, is simply the act of letting go of our need to defend that small, separate self, so we can finally remember our magnificent, shared identity. And what's so fascinating is that this entire curriculum, this whole profound plan for forgiveness, actually originated in the exact way the Course recommends we learn, by listening to an inner voice. It all started when a clinical psychologist named Helen Schuckman began transcribing a voice she heard in her mind, which dictated these very lessons, starting with the notes you see right here. So, at the end of the day, forgiveness is simply the choice to look past illusions. That's it. It's recognizing that what the ego sees, sin, attack, guilt, was never actually real in the first place. It doesn't pardon sins, it just recognizes there was never anything to pardon. You just look past the mistake to see the unchanging, innocent reality in everyone. So, as we wrap this up, the real takeaway is a question that the Course kind of leaves us with. If all the suffering, all the conflict, all the ugliness in the world is really just an error in perception, what becomes possible when you choose to see with love instead of judgment? What beauty have you been overlooking?